58 years of Nigeria's independence, for many, this journey has been a bittersweet experience. At a time of diminishing British rule, the influence and gravitas of the Nigerian people was enough to proclaim their independence.
It was right here in London in 1960, less than 4 days after Nigeria gains its independence, that the then Prime Minister, Mr. Balewa, actually made his first official visit to London.
Optimism, jubilation and euphoria marked the mood of every Nigerian. Today, we walk the streets of London, gauging the mood of Nigerians in the capital.
It means another year that we are able to stand on our own 2 feet and do things for ourselves.
Looking at the way we've been disrespected and been treated, I don't really want to celebrate independence anymore.
No one can tell me where else I'm from. I'm from Nigeria, I'm a proud Nigerian, and I'll be Nigerian for the rest of my life.
I'm not really sure if we are up to the standard we should be right now in terms of how old we are in independence.
Whether you're here, whether you're there, we're all still one. We're all still from the same place. We all still come from the same heritage. So yes, we should all be celebrating together.
Adeshokpe is a popular Nigerian host. His show is the barometer gauging the mood of Nigerians in the capital.
For the last 60 years, Nigeria and its government has made they've made a lot of money and produced oil for the rest of the world, the 6th largest producer of oil in the entire world, yet still suffer fuel scarcity, still suffer electricity shortages, still cannot provide health care for its citizens, still can't produce infrastructure needed for the common man in the country to survive without looking at the government, still cannot boast of clean water for a large section of the population 58 years after independence. You have to be disappointed at that.
For many Nigerians, independence is a time of optimism. I meet a Nigerian business owner who tells me Nigerians' collective spirit is its vital strength.
And I was the first person to start Nigerian bread called Agege Bread in Deptford in 2005. Even though I've lived here for so long, I'm still proud to be a Nigerian because everything I achieved here, I brought it from Nigeria. Although I touched it up over in England, you know, living here, I become one of them. Nigeria should try and help Nigerians by providing all necessary infrastructure, good school, good roads, like this country. So everything will be able to work for Nigeria and Nigeria could move forward.
There are many who think that it's time to support their own country.
So let's invest in each other. When we invest in each other, we get interest back from the people who are investing in it.
Well, all I intend to do is continue to empower, to innovate, to be the best that I can be, so when people see me, they know I'm Nigerian.
By going back to Nigeria, setting up a business, giving people opportunity to work, and making the place a better place.
For the vast majority of Nigerians, the dream of independence is still alive. Ayo Johnson, Channels TV, London.
Oh yes indeed. Now let's go ahead and join Ayo Johnson. He's our London Bureau Chief. He joins us this morning from London. Good morning, Ayo. Good to see you. Well, morning. Yeah, just listening to that report, I was wondering what was going through your mind while you were listening to them say, give their experience about what they expect from the country.
Well, I think it was a mixed bag. I think many Nigerians that I spoke to, some were optimistic, others were disappointed, clearly from what they had to say. But the general feel was that Nigeria was on track. Nonetheless, that some would think that they should have been far further in this journey than they are right now. So, but an appreciation of what's been achieved, the founding fathers, the dream they had, and an appreciation of how much further Nigeria has to work if they're to be reach the levels and the standards that many people expect.
So do you get the impression that they really do keep in touch? They are abreast with day-to-day developments concerning the performance of a government upon which they can hinge their own expectations of the country and the leaders?
Absolutely. They follow social media, they follow newsreels like Channels TV and a few others as well. And they're far more in tune with what's going on than many people give them credit. So, and they're very passionate as well, and they express that vividly in their comments that they make.
Well, I'm just trying to follow up on some of the news reports that we've been getting from outside of Nigeria concerning Nigerians living abroad. What seems to be the greatest challenge for them coming back home to invest this year? Maybe you've been watching Mr. President in the United Nations 73rd General Assembly, and he said when he met with some Nigerians there that if they really want to help the country, they should come back and invest in the education sector. Do you get the same feeling of people wanting to come back home?
Yes, people want to come back home, but not necessarily investing in the educational sector. Some people are looking at other sectors, but the president's focus is education, no doubt about that. But I think more, for many Nigerians, it's the safety net. They want to be able to come back knowing that when they set up businesses, it will thrive. They want to be confident that the sort of assurances that they have in the Western environment here can be appreciated over there. So I think they're in that dichotomy whereby they need the reassurances, safety net operations, so that when they do set such businesses there, they know that it won't go bad and they may not lose their money and things may not fall foul.
So what's the greatest challenge for Nigerians living abroad, especially in London where you are, trying to come back home?
Well, I think for them, many of them want to come back. They're not happy on this side. The British economy is not doing as well as it once was. We're leading on to Brexit. There are huge challenges there. So many are looking definitely to Nigeria. Many are looking other parts of Africa. And for them right now, as far as if we can get past the elections, which are due over the next couple of months, if we can get past that, and they see a level of confidence within the economy, I think many would move in great volumes to coming back home.
Now, they are considered, nice to meet you finally. Now, many of them have talked about what they're doing over there, and they keep giving credit to the motherland, talking about how they got all that they have back there from here. But what are the quick steps they would want to see, the low-hanging fruits they want to see for them to take that next step? Return.
Well, we're talking about the economy stabilizing. We're talking about interest rates being far lower. They're talking about access to financing, access to housing, and for them, and also for their businesses to be able to thrive effectively. So they're looking for the government to open up mechanisms whereby it can attract businesses from the UK here and across Europe, so that such businesses can thrive on an even playing field. Many don't believe that they can make as much money, or because at the end of the day, business is all about profit. They don't believe that they can make as much on that side of the Atlantic as they would otherwise do here. But I think for many, they think that there's an opportunity, and many are willing to capitalize on that.
What do you get from their mood or their thoughts as regards the visit, medical tourism that's carried on by a lot of Nigerian leaders? On social media, we saw a protest one time, some of them protesting at the Nigerian house in London about when the president was there. What do you get from them as regards to this medical tourism?
Well, they think that sends the classic signs that things are not all well, because if Nigeria was as independent, if it had moved on, if the health sector was as robust, then politicians and dignitaries would not be making those trips overseas to seek healthcare needs. So those are the red flags right there.
All right, so Ayo, today is a big day. Do they have any special events planned? Are they meeting anywhere today?
Well, I'm going to tell you that the events have been going on all weekend across the country, from Southampton to Nottingham to London itself, and they continue and will continue this evening as well, and in fact may continue all week into the next weekend. So I'm afraid celebrations have started, they're ongoing, and they will continue for us. Many Nigerians are proud of their country, and many Nigerians want to show that despite some of the challenges, Nigeria is clearly on track.
Well, very good to hear that, but we can also say that you're going to have your hands full, because Channels TV were full operations there now in London, and so you just may be receiving much more guests than usual, isn't it?
Well, we hope so. I mean, we're getting ready, we're gearing up, so hopefully in a not too distant future we should be fully operational, and we should be able to operate as you've just likely said.
All right, thank you very much indeed for talking to us today. Ayo Johnson, our London Bureau Chief.